We are still a governing body, of course, but we're not just that. And we try to be very collegial and try to be that resource body. And that's something that is a part of our plan, our annual plan now, that we do this and we continue the effort. That required, again, that was part of those regional meetings. That was part of us responding with resources where we could. We have had targeted grants, usually small ones, to schools over the years, but we've done this year after year for those who are interested in trying to understand ways they could meet those momentum goals more effectively. We find a way to carve out the money and we give them the grants to do it, and then they work with us on them. And then we have also, as I mentioned earlier, we also have personnel that we will send to these schools to help them pull their own faculty together to answer these questions and to move forward. So it's a deliberate change on our part. We are in effect becoming something already of an intermediary between other resources and our schools, which I'm very happy to say that that's the case. We connect the institutions often with work that's going on at a national level. Complete College America is one of those pieces, for example. The Gardner Institute's one of those that we connect them with frequently. And so they see us now as an intermediary and also as a resource and not just a governance body. The momentum approach is the overall way of doing business here in Georgia now. I don't even call it an initiative because one of the biggest issues we've had from the beginning is to avoid or to ameliorate initiative fatigue. And I think anybody who is doing this kind of work will know exactly what I mean. There's so many initiatives. If a school is tasked with, now we need to work on high impact practices, we need to work on our relationship with the Department of Education and P through 12, we need to work on our efforts to enhance equity for students of color or for students who are low income, for example. They'll see these as different initiatives and it can become very nerve-wracking. So we don't even look at this as an initiative. This is our simpler way of doing business. And momentum in effect means that we are using data-driven principles that have shown nationwide to enhance student success and completion. So for example, students coming into their programs already having what I would call a meta major or a focus area. If they don't have one, they're given one. Now it can change for them, but they're given something, so there's some direction from the beginning. In addition, those students we encourage them to complete 15 credit hours per semester and 30 in the first year, to take their gateway math and English courses in the first year and succeed in them. Because if they don't, that can create the kind of pileup you could see, for example, on an interstate. You don't get those courses done, there's a pileup and you can't register for other things you need. And then the goal of graduation within a reasonable amount of time, whether it's 4 years or 6 years is reasonable, it's not going to be achievable. So then in addition, also having a growth mindset. So that's why we do mindset research here in Georgia. And that's not just for the student's benefit of say, time, it's also financial. Because we know from copious data that if students can use their Hope Scholarship, their financial aid properly, they can get through, even if they are, say, low-income students. They can get through and complete this, and then they have a degree, and they can use that degree however they want to use it, but very often it's for financial security and for career advancement, But if they go through all of this, and they've collected 100 credit hours, but they're still nowhere near on the path to completing, they're very likely to be those students who drop out, stop, and they have massive student debt and no degree to show for it. So the idea of momentum is to make certain that does not happen. In addition to all these other factors, we use open electronic resources, textbooks, open textbooks. One of our one of our efforts here that's a part of Momentum is Affordable Learning Georgia, and Affordable Learning Georgia has done tremendous work in the last decade, and we estimate we've saved students $61 million in textbook costs. So using these open resources, that's part of that plan for them to be able to take these courses and stay on path and not have to stop. Other things are these retention grants, so that a student who is 2 semesters, 1 semester away from graduating, who is broke, the car's broken down, child care issues that have come up, real life issues have come up, they are in danger, and we know this from plenty of data, they're in danger of never completing. A small grant given one time to them just before that last semester could get them through and they complete. All of that's a part of Momentum.